Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Brave story. I'm the MysteriousJG. Probably won't make a huge difference to you, but for me it's been quite a while since I recorded. I got way ahead, and then I did a whole bunch of off-screen grinding, as you'll see. People gave me tips on different times to do off-screen grinding, but I found out something kind of interesting, which I didn't realize, which makes kind of a huge difference. It makes a really kind of big difference whether you let's see, South Bank Village 647, trying to find the right save slot to restore from. There's a way to speed up the game where if you have all of your stuff set so everyone's attacking enemies automatically and healing people when they need it, and you're fighting weak enemies, you can go around at like 8 times speed, grinding stuff at super speed, which makes a huge freaking difference. So let me see. This is not the correct slot to be loading from. Basically, the thing is that in my running around off screen, that's 1019, so I need something older or newer than that. South Bank Village. Basically, I need to find a slot when we first came out of that dungeon, because I went to a few places that were dead ends. The plot wouldn't let me go further, but I did get a cinematic of the first time you enter this place, you get a cinematic. So I kind of wanted to show that off. So this might be it. To Albina Fortress. This could be it. It really depends on whether or not I already went to Albina Fortress. Because Albina Fortress is kind of the... I'm forgetting how to do this. There we go. So if we just flee from everything, and I can actually remember how to get out of here, we'll you'll see this is how... Oh shoot, this is actually the wrong way. So you can go normal speed. There's an even faster speed than this too. And now for some reason I can't figure out how to do it. There we go. Yeah, so this is how I was off screening. Having everyone set with their automatic commands, fighting lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of weak enemies just to get lots of license points. That was my main objective. So let's see if I can get to, if we go to Albina Fortress, which you see mentioned on this map, if it gives us a little, here is a place you have never been to before, cinematic. Because if not, I loaded the wrong save slot. I was pretty sure I kept one where I hadn't done any of this stuff yet. And I loaded the wrong save slot, so shit. Because I'm here, and it's not treating it like we've never been here before. Okay. Now, Albina Town. We don't want that one. Wait, what? Oh, that's an autosave, I guess? Yeah. Shouldn't have one there at all. So, Barheim package are all 10, 12. I guess I need to pick whichever one of those is the newest. 616 would be it. I don't want to refight the boss. Maybe I accidentally saved over the slot I needed. In which case, that would kind of suck. I'd probably need to off-screen fight the boss again so that you guys can see. There's just a couple of little intro cinematics that you'll miss if I just jump back into where my grinding's ended. Ah, shite. Yeah, we haven't fought the boss yet on this slot. This is not going good at all. South Bank Village. That's the one I just tried. Well, shit. I think I need to, I guess I'm not sure what else to do. I think I have to do some off-screening. I have to beat that boss again. Shoot. My bad, guys. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, folks, we're back. And I went ahead and quickly off-screened my way back through. You may be able to see we're super sped up here. I off-screened my way back through the end of that last dungeon. So now we can safely explore all this stuff that we haven't seen. I think I already got to the village on screen with you guys watching. I think I got to the village that's to the north. I don't remember for sure. Let's just run at super speed through all these big, empty desert screens. There's a rare hunt that I fought here. I don't know if that's worth showcasing. I'll just show it to you later. But there's a little town here that we can go to. I need to actually come back here later anyway, though, because I intentionally, to avoid you guys missing dialogue, there's a little, like, side questy thing that I didn't do here that we will need to do eventually. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Assume that was Bosch making that noise. I gotta remember, I'm not as super leveled up as I was when I attempted this before. Because I started doing this off-screening at high speed after having gained a few levels. So my party is not quite as robust as it will. It's certainly not as robust as it will be the next time when I load after the leveling up and grinding is done. Mostly I wanted to get lots and lots of license points. I also unlocked mists, which are like limit breaks for everybody, because I actually took the time to figure out which ones I needed to get and which ones I was supposed to avoid. Oh. Here's the main thing. So now when we come to this screen, you'll actually see, we'll be introduced to it for the first time. It'll be super exciting and cool. Oh, shoot. Maybe I hadn't done it, and you got to go into this screen before it kicks in. I'll feel kind of silly if that happened, because then I redid all that stuff probably for no reason. Imperial armies engaged in a sweep of the most foreign highways. No civilians allowed. You'll have to turn back. Oh, I might have gone one screen not far enough, and I actually did have the right save slot. Or turn ready to buy my daughter medicine. Please buy something. We bought stuff from you. In the one that will count, we did buy stuff from you. This off-screen adventures doesn't count. Yeah, it's possible. Okay, maybe I did have the right slot. I just needed to go one screen further before this would happen. But anyway, here we are, folks. Now, Albina Fortress. I did a little reading off screen to make sure I was following the story, and I was joking around about inbreeding in the Dalmascan royal family. This is one of those games where there's an entire, quote, kingdom which only really has one town. But the Kingdom of Nalbina and the Kingdom of Dalmasca were apparently going to become allies, and Princess Ash is from Dalmasca, and the prince who died was from this place. But it's only a couple of screens in total size, and like Dalmasca, it counts as an entire kingdom, even though it really only has one location in it. And all these places with like sweeping vistas and cliff sides and waterfalls always makes me think of the planet of those. I can't even remember what they're called already. One of the only 2 sentient alien species you meet in Mass Effect Andromeda for the first time. And like one of them is friendly and they have the little town, and that's the thing. Come on, magic straight from the lost city of Nalbus. I've got the connections that make lesser magicers green. No magic's necessary. Take a look at my wares. They speak for themselves. And in fact, this is kind of fun. You can talk to these guys from the side, and they say something different. We first opened up shop in Nabudus, lost all but our lives, and the Empire turned our home to dust. Good thing we have the sense to evacuate. Me and my bank associate, he managed to get the shop open again. Now we do good business selling to the Empire. You mean the guys who tried to murder you? So, maybe not him, but I know somebody else. They had a shop, and I was able to talk to them from the side somehow. Hey, I got lots going on here, none of which I'm at leave to talk about in public. You know what I mean, eh? No? Yeah, so first aid in Libra, he can't talk about in public. I could swear I talked to somebody from... I'm losing my mind. I thought I talked to him without actually triggering the town, or the shop. And he just talked about it's so hot I should never have set up. Said my techniques were good, I never said they were safe. Interested? Take a look. And he talked about how he should never have set up shop here. Maybe it's only this person you can do that with. Never should open a shop in this heat. Buy something, will you? Alright, I might be losing my mind. I thought there were different things they said depending on whether you talked to them from the front and triggered the shop or not. But the thing I remembered somebody saying when they did that was... had to do with heat. Longest serving merchant in Albina, right here. Loved for years and business never been better. Take a look. Not bothering to buy anything because I've already bought everything useful off screen. Like I said, a whole lot of off-screening happened. The Imperials have taken a liking to our shop. This is great. Care for a weapon or 2? Maybe 3 or 4. So we can't go to the high waste. It's blocked off. Otherwise, I think this town consists entirely of like this building, which we can't enter. Headed for the aerodrome, begging your pardon, but we're expecting a fleet arrival today. No civilian use of the facility allowed. There may be some plot scenes later where we talk to, like, the ruler of Nalbina, but I don't think so. I'm not sure. Snortsko says, my hero, he's gone. Bye. Anyway, time to turbo boost our way to other locations that I also revealed for the first time off screen. So I want to make sure. Okay, good. I don't actually want to go back to Dalmasca because that'll trigger plot. I want to go back to Dalmasca after I've switched our party back. So now we're in the Giza Plains, which you may remember from getting a Sunstone with Pinello. Now we're back, Jack, and ready to attack. Let's rock. So all this stuff really is interconnected. It's just that earlier on the game was finding various excuses for us not to be able to go to different spots. I don't know what would have happened had we tried to go to the Ester Sand from Giza Plains during that whole quest. It might be that it was possible. Or it could be that that bridge was out. Or there would have been some random guy saying, there's a big storm going on, you better not go that way. I don't really know. Now, we've got quite a bit of free reign in a couple of directions. But eventually we're going to get... You can't go to the Morphin Highways, whatever it is, which is kind of where the Ester Sand would lead to. And we'll get out to the Wester Sand here, which you might remember from us hunting a giant poison wolf. But eventually you will explore the whole Wester Sand, and you've got 2 different places that it goes to, both of which are blocked off for plot. Because the game does want us to go back to Dalmasca. But now we're back in the Wester Sand, which I have not explored too much on this this slot. But there's a couple of different places that I can get to from the Wester Sand that I want to showcase. Here's one of them. Those flying guys, I think I can defeat them, but they're a huge pain in the butt. Speaking of butts, there's Fran. I didn't actually mean for that to happen. Here's one place that we can go to. It's significantly more dangerous than other places. I fought around in here at normal speed and used a lot of magic to keep myself alive. But ultimately, after we explore the first screen here, it's cut off because it's just a path that we should be going down. I'll show you a little bit about what happens. You have marked enemies, and they're frogs, but you keep getting surprise attacked by these guys, who are immune to non-elemental physical damage. So you can use magic to kill them, but it's really a lot of trouble. And if you clear this whole space out, well, I'm sure the plot will take us back here eventually. But if you clear the whole space out, you just get to a place where it looks like you're supposed to be able to continue to the next area, but there's like sand pouring in from... It's tough to describe. It's like it seemed like there was sand pouring in from a hole in the ceiling, blocking you from proceeding. But I feel like eventually we'll get there and that'll just be gone. So part of me wants to actually fight to the end and show it to you. But it's probably going to be a pain in the ass and it might get me killed. It's something that I might be able to pull off using a party that has leveled up. Alright, if I just run away from everything, I probably can do it. Yeah, you get to here, and that's clearly the way out, but it doesn't go anywhere. There are also booby traps that are somehow marked on my map that I'm not seeing, so maybe when Libra is equipped you can see booby traps. I think I just got lucky and didn't hit any. But they're like landmines or something on the floor. I don't know who would be setting up booby traps here. But yeah, basically we just got to get out of here. And Fran is now in trouble, and no one's healing him because they're all fleeing, but... I may just have an entire video of showing you everything you missed in my off-screening. It's not the worst thing that could possibly happen. Oh yeah, and there's also these N-type enemies. It's another type of enemy that it won't attack us unless we attack it. But it only shows up in the sandstorm. I'm hoping I can actually show one. I know it's on the map somewhere because it was I got a message it was casting Protect, but... But they're like way over our level. I don't think we could possibly defeat one. They have really high-end magic, and I believe it ignores Reflect. Because otherwise your strategy would basically have to be to use Reflect against them. So I keep hoping we'll see one. I mean, there's been a couple of times while I was doing high speed running around and accidentally triggered a fight with one, which was kind of bad. And I was able to escape by basically running for my life and then healing a bunch of characters who died just trying to run away. Yeah, but we got a message saying it was casting Protect, so I figured we'd get a chance to actually see it. There are these big, glowing, weird dudes. And I don't like being in speed-up mode when they're around, because you never know when you're accidentally... one of your party members, even though I might accidentally attack it. I kind of vaguely thought I had set my gambit so that people don't attack enemies that don't attack us, or that aren't hostile. But it doesn't always seem to work. Anyway, if we don't see one now, I'm sure we'll see one eventually, so I'm not in a panic about it or anything, but... So let's make our way west, because that is one place where this thing kind of terminates. And if we're lucky, we'll see an Entite on the way. You will know it when you see it. It looks very different from the other enemies we've been encountering. Big weird bird dudes, wolves. There's one. Yeah, that thing there. We don't want to fight that. That will kill us big time. Now we come over here. I'm going to go into speed up mode again. And we get to here, where the sandstorm automatically stops. And Happy Guy was running some goods across the desert, set off a trap. Lucky I made it back alive. Told my pal over here about it when I got back. Oh man, you gotta use Libra to find traps, he says. He might have told me that before I half got my tail blown off. Yep. Desert merchant. Don't get many travelers out this far from the city. My selection is humble, but perhaps there'll be something to catch your eye. And he sells crap. Mostly I just used him to sell shit too while I was out here leveling up. We're conducting survey ahead. No passage until it's complete. Sure, friend. So I'm only aware... there's one other thing I think I need to show off, and then I can actually continue. Double check. Albina Fortis, Saturnan, Karen's. Okay. So there is one other location that kind of had like a little mini movie to introduce it. And it's kind of to the... It looks like it would be... Oh, and there you see there's whatever species the rogue tomato belongs to. The palette swap. Rogue tomato is a palette swap of a recurring enemy called like Alune or Alune. Something like that. Yeah. But basically, I'm just making my way far northeast. There are a few little points of interest I could try to show off out here, but this is it. There's a little cinematic of, hey, a sandstorm is happening. Some kind of dinosaur. And our Sultan Ladar doesn't work. And a fierce sandstorm halts our advance. So eventually the plot will need us to go here. And until it does, we don't get to go here. I guess I could just make this an entire video of showing off screeny stuff, because all that's left to do really is there were two kind of like, they're called in-game rare marks, and I was able to fight rare marks. One of them is a giant wolf that appears when you, it only appears if you kill a bunch of giant wolves. There's a very specific screen it appears at. So if you don't have to kill giant wolves in a row, you just have to kill lots of, or you don't have to kill a bunch of wolves in a row without killing anything else. But you have to kill lots of wolves, and if you do, and then you go to a certain screen, a special giant wolf will appear, and he actually you can actually steal, or he drops a weapon called Gladius, which is pretty high end for this point in the game. Although I found myself not using it because I kept fighting things that absorb wind, and it's a wind elemental weapon. But you can see how this would be a much faster way to get license points than I was able to do before. Okay, but again, be careful about fighting that guy. That's a quick way to get an accidental game over. Going the wrong way, though. If I want to show off this giant wolf slams, I gotta go this way. Okay. Oh. I didn't realize that we were going to fight this crazy skeleton dude. He's kind of a pain in the butt. He's beatable, but I don't feel like dealing with it right now. But actually, you know what? He's another rare mark, but I feel like maybe we already fought him off screen. But I think I want to cast healing magic on him because he's undead. And then I can have Baltier cast black magic on him. Casting Cure on him not work? Not sure. Oh, the other thing is I can use items as much as I want because I'm just showing you this fight. I'm not actually going to keep the results of this. Not blind fire. Need another high potion. Oh, we just used Tremor to wipe us out. That was fun. Didn't know we could do that. Well, that leveled me up. Interesting. Well, I showed off what needed to be showed off. I could show off the 2 rare marks later if anybody's interested, because it's actually now pretty much time to call it a video. So when we come back, folks, we will load with a much more powerful party. I'll show you probably in my bestiary the 2 rare marks that I fought. If anybody really, or rare monsters, if anybody really wants to see how they're you get them, I guess you can say so in the comments. But yeah, now that my party's almost fully wiped out by fighting a different rare monster, I kind of want to just go back to my super powered up party. I'm MysteriousJG. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.